What's up, bull runners? Could you imagine turning $100 into $1.5 million? Well, that's what crypto investors are doing right now. So are you ready to dive into one of the hottest topics in the crypto world right now? Today, we're talking about XRP, the cryptocurrency that's been making headlines with its potential skyrocket in price. But before you jump right in, do you know the reason behind the hype? At this point, you've probably seen the charts. Maybe you've even started to feel the FOMO. But here's the deal. XRP isn't just another coin to throw your money at. There's a complex interplay of legal battles, market dynamics, and tech innovations that you need to understand. Ignoring these could mean missing out on major gains or even worse, facing unexpected losses. In this video, we're going to be peeling back the layers to give you the full scoop. We're going to break down why institutions are betting big on XRP, what the SEC settlement means, and how you can strategically invest in XRP without getting caught in the hype trap. But here's the thing, the markets move fast and XRP could be on the brink of a significant breakthrough. With the potential ETFs, partnerships expanding, and legal clarity, the window to get in might be closing soon. So if you're not on board now, when will you be? And if you stick around to the end of this video, I've got a special bonus for you. I'm going to reveal 3 additional coins I'm watching for huge potential and how to get access to our exclusive strategy guide that will teach you how to leverage the upcoming opportunities which could maximize your potential returns. So if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. And if you're going to be the first millionaire in your family tree, let us know by confirming by smashing that subscribe button. And as always, we'll be checking in on the charts for XRP, looking for major support and resistance area for you. We will jump over to X and find out all of the major breaking news that is going on in the crypto world. And we will also be checking over at CryptoQuant for the XRP supply shock that has been making headlines around X. So kicking off the video, we're going to start here at coin market cap. We currently have a market cap of $3.6 trillion. Earlier today at 5 a.m., there was a new all-time high at $3.7 trillion. We have seen obviously a slight market pullback over the rest of the day. Fear and greed index currently sitting at 82. Altcoin season index really starting to ramp up. If you've been following along with us, make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications every day. Altcoin season index at an 86. Bitcoin dominance coming down from its most recent high of 61% down to 54%, which correlates strongly with the altcoin season kicking off. Taking a look at the top 100 cryptos for the day, we have a mixed bag, some green, some red. When you look at the top 100 over the last month, though, we can see everything really doing well in the green. One of the most amazing posts that I've seen on X all day comes from Brian Armstrong from Coinbase. He says here, if you bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, when Coinbase was founded in 2012, it would now be worth $1.5 million. So first off, you had to be involved in crypto early, but you also had to have the cojones to hold it through all of the turmoil that has gone on in the crypto industry. But now with Bitcoin making its new all-time high over $103,000, many of the extremely early adopters to Bitcoin and crypto in general are doing extremely well. On the converse side of the token, if you kept your $100 instead of buying Bitcoin, you would only be able to purchase $73 worth of goods. Bitcoin is the best performing asset for the last 12 years, and it's still early days. Every government, especially those looking to create a hedge against inflation, should create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So some of you guys watching this channel, I know you are crypto OGs, been in since the beginning. Congratulations to you that held it. Now, for those of you guys just getting involved in crypto, one thing I want to point out is, as we know, the fiat dollar loses money every single day that you hold on to it. Crypto has continued to go up, fiat continues to lose value, and that's why we believe so heavily in the crypto industry. And this was a crazy post Edward Farina had put out there on X. The National Security Agency created Bitcoin. Now, this may or may not be true. But consider this, in 1988, David Schwartz, also a lead developer over at XRP, in 1988, he filed a patent remarkably similar to DLT, and he was also a contractor for the NSA. Fast forward to 1996, and we have the NSA paper titled, How to Make a Mint, the Cryptography of Anonymous Electronic Cash. This document uses Tatsuaki Okamoto as a source. Now ask yourself, who else could sit anonymously on 100 million coins Oh, and the NSA just so happened to invent SHA 256, the very foundation of Bitcoin security. Satoshi Nakamoto's notorious coloring book also hinted towards Ripple, the only reasonable explanation that Ripple's upper C-level team have created Bitcoin as proof of concept, aka the beta test coin, BTC, before launching XRP, the final product. BTC, the beta test coin, XRP, the final product, Satoshi's dream. And speaking of Bitcoin, as we talked about in 2012, obviously it's been on a parabolic rise with crazy ups and down swings. But take a look at this. This was a great post. Unreal. 11 years later, a 1000x appreciation. If you guys have not seen this video, the gentleman in 2013 was going really extremely crazy when price finally hit $100 for Bitcoin. Well, the same gentleman in the same room remakes the video 11 years later. Take a look at this.
Right here. Watching history be made. Bitcoin is up to $100,000. That's an all-time high, and it's continuing to rise. I've seen it break 3 times today. Went up to 110, and this is the highest that it's ever been. It's ridiculous. Look at, we had last trade 2 Bitcoin for $100,000 a piece. $11 piece. That's amazing to me. I mean, just look at this graph. This graph. That's the last. Just the last 3 minutes. Give me a second. I'll switch it up.
Huge shout out to the guy in the video, by the way, to reenact the exact script word for word. If you've ever made a video, you know that following a script can sometimes be difficult. But imagine finding your video, extracting the script, and reenacting it 11 years later. So this gentleman may be one of those gentlemen that held from his $100 Bitcoin price to now being worth $100,000. And as we saw from Brian Armstrong's post, being worth over 1.5 million. So how many Bitcoin does this guy hold?
We just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life.
And this was an amazing post from Velo Official here. XRP quick facts, Ripple versus XRP. Ripple, the company, and XRP is the cryptocurrency. Ripple lagged significantly, contributed to the development of XRP Ledger, but does not own it. The XRP Ledger is a decentralized public blockchain built for business and maintained by software engineers, server operators, users, and businesses. The first DEX, the XRP Ledger, introduced one of the earliest decentralized exchanges within its protocol. XRP transactions are more energy efficient than Bitcoins as they do not require mining, which consumes significant amounts of electricity. XRP has a fixed total supply of 100 billion tokens. Ripple placed 55 billion of those XRP in an escrow to control the market supply. And XRP has an institutional focus, was designed with an emphasis on facilitating cross-border payments for financial institutions, which aligns with the primary use case. And here are 10 notable institutions that have adopted XRP already. And there's many, many more, hundreds of them now, but just think of the names who've adopted the technology. Obviously, we have not been able to see it fully instrumented into the ecosystem yet because of legal clarity, which is almost there. We have legal clarity technically, but obviously Gary Gensler holding it up. And I'm going to show you something that he just did to make things even worse for crypto before he leaves. But we have Bank of America, Santander, American Express, JP Morgan Chase, SBI Holdings, UBS, First Abu Dhabi Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, PNC Banks, Colax, just to name a few. And these institutions have either publicly announced partnerships, engaged in testing, or actively using XRP for their operations, contributing to its adoption in the financial sector. And if you remember, a lot of these companies They actually have operations in other countries that are not being held back like we are here in the United States with our SEC battle.
I think there definitely are forces that would like to push pause. One of the things I discovered at Ripple when working with banks is that the big banks, who everybody thinks like the system is all set up to favor the big banks and they've got the whole system rigged and everything. That's true, but there's like 5 big banks.
Sure.
And then there's 2,000, like your local community bank feels the same way about big banks as you do. You know what I mean? Like, because they are like constrained to use a financial system that's rigged in favor of the very, very largest. But if you're not one of those small handful, they're not super happy with the way the system is either. They would obviously prefer to be higher up in the sort of financial pecking order. And so that's something that you can kind of exploit. It's surprising who your allies.
So the adoption by banks, obviously a huge factor in the future of XRP, not rolling out as it should be just yet. And as we see here from a Brad Garlinghouse post from a while ago, for whatever reason, I've been hanging on to this for a while, probably my all-time favorite from XRP community. It's been hanging on a wall in my house, but with the momentum in the market, I wanted to share it. And as we can see in the picture, the sign says, "Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world." So is this just great marketing from XRP, from Brad Garlinghouse trying to push the coin? Or is this a reality? And we can dive a little deeper into conspiracies with XRP, because if you've ever heard of Nicera or Jacera basically flipping the switch, a new financial system, this gentleman here, David XRP Lion, posted XRP QFS Nicera Jacera 5.0 update. I'm hearing that Trump has given the green light for 3 currencies and 1 bond for exchange and redemption at the Redemption Center. Currencies are the dinar, the dong, and the bolivar, and the bonds are the Zim bonds. Burn this into your memory. Only Zim bonds are redeemed for humanitarian projects, not currencies. The payouts, 1 is if you have no active trusts or template completed, payout is very small, a thank you for redeeming. You will have to donate the rest to national USA humanitarian projects you get to pick. Or 2, if you do, then you control 100% of the money, up to 20% received for personal use. Remainder requires selecting structural payments term, select 100-year structure payout with annual payments. And what this is geared towards is that people are saying that the citizens of the world are owed money because people have been suppressing all of the markets and all of the technology, and humans are owed a refund essentially. So go ahead and dive into the research on Nicera Jacera. Pretty interesting stuff here. Also a big move for institutional adoption from CoinDesk. A NASDAQ listed company plans to buy XRP and BTC for its corporate treasury. And if you're familiar with Michael Saylor, he's trying to get every single company out there in the world to adopt Bitcoin for its strategic reserve for the company. But now we have one that is even taking it a step further with Bitcoin and XRP. When you take a look at Worksport, that company on the monthly chart here on TradingView, we can see that they had an all-time high of $62,987, and its current price is sitting at 70 cents. Personally, I've never heard of this company until that article that was just shown. But if this could do something like a meme coin and get back to its previous all-time highs, that would be a 36,794% rise. As of right now, essentially the stock is dead, but now they're going to be bringing lots of headlines to their stock. We'll see what happens. And in the SEC case update, in SEC in general, Stuart Alderati, if you're not familiar, Stuart Alderati is actually the chief legal officer for Ripple. He put out a post here. Instead of standing down and pausing crypto litigation with new leadership just weeks away, Gensler's SEC filed an 81-page brief in the Binance case yesterday, recycling the same failed arguments, including the absurd and unsupported claim that crypto has no inherent value. And in the comments, John Deaton quoted right under there, then maybe they should actually reread Howey, because this is what it literally states. If that test to be satisfied, it is immaterial whether the enterprise is speculative or non-speculative, or whether there is a sale of property with or without intrinsic value. And John Dean is a lawyer, and he says, if I was a lawyer at the SEC, I would refuse to sign my name to such nonsense. And speaking of Stuart Alderoty says, when this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the USA. And he is talking about XRP. And Jack the Rippler says this will melt faces.
And hopefully when this regulatory cloud is lifted and we get some policy clarity in the US, we will then be the most trusted source for enterprise support for crypto solutions in the US.
I mean, token is
Heading over to Crypto Quant to look at this chart here. As we saw when the price was rising up, we had a lot of exchanges, and this purple line along the top is their currency reserves. So how many XRP they have. As we can see, it did start to sell off during this massive pump to the upside. Recently, as of today, the exchange is getting more tokens. So people are selling back to Binance. People are taking profit, which is to be expected. I mean, a lot of people right now are freaking out about the price, and we'll cover this in a second. But the reality is, when price runs this hard and people are making 4x their money, they're going to take profits. When we look at the exchange Bitfinex, their exchange reserve dropped significantly during this price run up. And as we can see, people are taking profits and selling back to the exchange Bitfinex. We take a look at BitGet. Theirs has been erratic as far as the amount of coins on hand. They sold basically every one of their XRP tokens, and now they're starting to increase their supply as well. So BitGet was actually experiencing the supply shock that we continue to hear about. Now, some of these major exchanges, BitGet is a massive, massive exchange, but obviously Binance, one of the world's leaders as far as crypto goes, it did have a pullback, but it was just a blip on the radar for them. I mean, they're currently still holding 2.95 billion XRP tokens. So supply shock will come, and we will be able to track that here with Crypto Quant exchange reserve balances. Another key metric to look at is the exchange withdrawing transactions. These are people that after they purchase XRP tokens, they then remove them from the exchange. As we can see right here, before the massive pump, lots of people obviously were ahead of the news, and they knew that something big was coming, because right here on July 5th, transactions does not say the volume, but when price was 44 cents, 1,396 transactions left the exchange of Binance. And we can see when price was running up, we also had a couple of spikes here. And again, now to this day, people are starting to remove their tokens from the exchanges. This is a good indicator of people who are buying and holding long terms. The diamond hands remove their coins from exchanges. When we look at an exchange such as BitGet, which is more for day trading or swing trading, a lot of people are buying the tokens, but they're not actually taking them off the exchange here. So looking at the XRP chart now here on the monthly, we can see that money flow on the monthly has definitely started to head to the upside, which is great because money was pouring out of XRP for so long. Now we're finally starting to get it to move into the positive side. Once this crosses over the zero line, we'll see a turn to green on this indicator. This is the Fu Manchu Cipher B indicator. We did notice on the weekly chart, when we drop to a smaller time frame, the money flow has crossed over. We are starting to build money flow. Money is coming into XRP at an extreme rate, which is fantastic. And when we drop down to the daily rate, we can see we've really started to ramp up. We have potentially hit a short-term peak. We could see a return to the downside here, but let's take a look at some support levels for XRP. We will look at some current support, but I wanted to go back into history and find if there's any supports that we should be looking at or resistance that we should be looking at from the previous all-time high. So as we take a look here on the daily charts, this is Heikin-Ashi candles. We have this really nice pump to the all-time high, $3.31. We'll go ahead and mark this off here. And then we started to have the drop down. As the drop down started to happen, we're going to have some key levels of support and resistance. So first off, the candle before the red candle, which is this right here, we're going to mark that one. That is going to be a key area to keep an eye on to the upside. As we drop down several red candles, we get one blip of a green candle here. And this is historic support and resistance. They are going to come into play because remember, as price goes up current day, when prices reach these levels, people do want to sell and take profit. So now we'll go back to current day. And as we see, we have our run up here, and we ran right into that previous area of resistance for us. And we have a key level down below of support. Now, since we have some new historical data, we can even drop to a smaller time frame, such as the 1 hour, and we can use the same scenario here. So price ran up this section here, all green candles. Then we started to make the breakdown, and you'll notice this is the final green candle before the move to the upside. So this is a key level right here. We're going to change this color to red because we do not want to lose this level. If we lose this level, then we could see a return down to that historic support level of the $2.11. And what we can see here on the money flow, money was coming in very strong, started to round off to the downside. People were taking profits, exiting the market. And now we've run into a red scenario on the 1 hour. Money flow is to the negative side. We do have our 200 exponential moving average. We're above that still, so indicating we are still in bullish posture. So again, we use the moving averages for myself. The white is the 10, the yellow is the 30, and the red is the 50. We are in bearish posture on this smaller time frame of the 1 hour because we are under the 10 exponential moving average. But long term, we're still above the 200. So right now, if we lose this area, this key level, that is going to be between $2.22 and $2.32, we could see a drop down to the next level here, $2.12. Now, we can also talk about patterns and things of that nature, but the reality is it's going to areas where people are buying and selling that matter the most. So the first attempt to break this level, there was a dip down below that level. It was rescued by buyers. Sellers came back into the market. Some people right now obviously are, oh no, we're going to end up going back to 60 cents again. With market sentiment being where it is, Bitcoin just breaking 100K, I do not see a return to that level. However, that's why you subscribe to the channel, because you're a genius and we can show you these key levels on the way down as we continue. So on our smaller time frames, the 1 hour, we do have momentum to the downside. Unfortunately, that is true. I mean, money flow came down. We need to see it peak back up. But on the higher time frames, we go back to the daily charts and we'll go back to traditional candles. We can see some confluence with these areas here as well, because the 10 exponential moving average, historically on this run up, we've stayed price-wise above it. As we made a big run, it traded sideways, ran into the 10 exponential, ran up, traded sideways, ran into the 10, traded up. Now we're coming back down to that level of the 10 exponential moving average again, still indicating bullish posture on the daily time frame. We drop down to the 12-hour time frame, we can see we did just lose it. This last 12-hour candle, we did lose the 10 exponential moving average as support. So if we get continued bearish momentum to the downside, we could see ourselves coming back to the 30 exponential moving average, which is currently sitting at $1.90, which is also the bottom of our next key level support from historic. And some people are like, well, that's from way long time ago. There's no way that historic time frame can work. But as we can see, that last push to the upside before our new breaking of the previous high, we ran into this as a resistance and finally pushed all the way through it. We have not even back tested this to actually test this level to turn it into a support. It is not necessary that we actually retest the level. I would rather hold this new key level of support and move to the upside. So now we'll go ahead and remove those lines. And what I want to show you now is the upside, because we did have this beautiful push, this new all-time high candle here. That is going to be our new resistance level. So obviously we know, like we just talked about, this is our new short-term price support level. This right here is going to be resistance when we get back to it, because this is where everyone was taking profits and selling off their bags. So once we see momentum swinging back to the upside, the 10 exponential moving average will cross to the bullish side of things like we saw right here. It pushed above, then the white one was above the other two moving averages, indicating bullish posture. When this finally makes its curve back above, we'll see the push back to this level here, $2.67. Then it needs to forcefully make its way with a high velocity amount of buying power to break back through the $2.90 level. And as you can see what happened when this push came and then it had a small pullback, it tried to run back through there and it rejected right there, tried to run back through there, rejected right there before falling to this new support level. Since Bitcoin is pushing so hard, I've told you I was going to cover 3 coins with you that I'm still seeing a lot of bullish momentum behind. One of them is Dogecoin. And Dogecoin is very interesting because as we can see from historic levels here, I've already done these a while ago, it got into this historic level and it has run into resistance. The next level up and then the next level up before it can break its all-time high of 73 cents. So as we look into Dogecoin a little closer, we can see we've tried to push through it once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times on the daily charts, getting rejected each subsequent attempt, even today's attempt. Now, what's interesting, we do on our Fu Manchu indicator have a green dot, which indicates momentum is starting to swing back to the upside. So I'm watching for the next couple of days to see Bitcoin or Dogecoin push back through this resistance level right here at 44 cents, get up to this next level, it's going to be 49 cents, and see if it can do what it did here in this key level, claim it as a support and push up into the levels up here of 60 cents. On the daily, Dogecoin's looking very bullish. On the hourly, we can see we just got back to the 200 exponential moving average, and it has been essentially holding as a support above there. If we lose this level, we could see a return to the downside of that 36 cent level for Dogecoin. All right, and the second coin that I've been watching very closely, and we've been following it along. By the way, if you want to join our team, you can head over to bullrunners.com. You get joined up. I'll go over that in more detail here in just a couple of minutes. But what we saw here for SUI is price ran up nicely, and it started to create a bull flag. And the bull flag pattern finally broke to the upside. We do have a pattern target up here at $5.27. Daily bullish momentum, you can see right here, is still rising to the upside. On the daily, we did lose that 10 exponential moving average, but bounced off the 30 like we were talking about for XRP, if it ever did that. Hopefully it doesn't break down to the downside for XRP. We keep moving up, but it will hold as a second level of support. And now we're continuing to move to the upside. SUI having a great push to the upside, 13% today. Lots of bullish momentum behind SUI. But this bull flag pattern, once it broke this level, this bull flag pattern is actually coming from here, which was where it retested this high and broke out to the upside, creating this flagpole here. And when you take the flagpole to where the breakout level, which was here, it gives us a target of $5.15. When I flash back, I had the breakout here. That's why that target was 525, but we do have to adjust that like we just announced with the final actual break happened here, moving that new target to $5.10. Next up, we have a token called Size. This is an altcoin gem that we found. It did have a nice pullback to that 30 exponential moving average over the last couple of days. It's been pushing up. Today, it had a massive move. It was actually up over 100% today. Some people are taking profits as normal when this is where profit taking has happened before. So as more buyers come into the market and finally take out those early investors, we can see a continued surge to the upside. As we see here on the hourly, price moved up very nicely today, coming back to test this area of the 200 exponential moving average. Money flow was coming in very, very nicely. VWAP starting to curl up to the upside. And when we take a look at the 1 hour Heikin-Ashi candles, we can take a look. Price ran up, created this red candle here, area of interest. Hasn't quite got there yet at 0.005. Looking for a run back up to this level here, 0.008, 0.009. And when we take a look at historic numbers, we saw this massive push to the upside, came back down, a nice push to the upside. But this is where it settled a nice level as far as a potential target for the Size token, getting back to eating a zero, getting to 1 cent. So when we take a look over here at Dex Screener, because this is a meme coin, it's going to have some really great details for you to do some research on this coin, which is what we did. The liquidity is fully locked. Market cap currently sitting at 6.2, but it did get up to 9.5 today. And when you take a look at their X account, they currently have 2,434 followers. They're very active on X basically all day long. They currently have 13,952 holders. You can see the transactions down below, lots of buys coming in. They have passed their audit with no issues. It's not mintable, it's not freezable. Starting to see a nice pushback here on the 15-minute time frame. We'll check this hourly. It's making a push back to the upside. And the exciting thing is this coin is not just something that happened yesterday. This coin was developed in December of 2023, had a nice push up, sat sideways. They've been doing a very huge marketing push over the last couple of days. So we'll see if we can continue moving up. Can we get back to an all-time high for size? Let's take a look here. Their all-time high at nearly 3 cents for size. And the other thing too, their slogan is size matters, which in the crypto world, you know exactly what that's all about. Size does matter when you're making your investments, but also the joke, the pun of size matters. So we're excited to have a partnership with Size and things that's coming along for them. We'll continue to bring you updates with everything that's happening with Size Matters. So if you would like to know about these altcoin gems that are popping up, we do have our community that you can join. You can see we had a low cap meme coin Size call out in our community. They are verified on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, ranked 15 in its category on CoinGecko, 2.8% of the supply is already burned, and much more. If you want to get these details and early notifications about these coins, check us out.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses through the link below. But I'm not going to talk all about that in this video because we have a lot to cover. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers, because we have a lot to cover with you over the next few minutes in this video to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree. If that's a goal of yours, our goal is to help 1,000 members set their portfolio up for life this month. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. We have about 200 members right now, and we literally just launched like less than 5 days ago at the time of making this video. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.